Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get straight to the core insights. Today, we are plunging into a really compelling and frankly quite ambitious player in the crypto financial world, AIEX or AFX, our mission. Well, it's to uncover those strategic nuggets, the potential, maybe even some challenges, all from, a savvy investor's viewpoint, looking for that next big thing, but without getting totally lost in the jargon. Now, here's what's immediately grabbing attention. Just recently, August 12th, 2025, AFX was sitting around $17.77 USD. So the big question is, what makes a project, especially one basically just launched only 11 days old, then what makes it generate this kind of buzz, this kind of signal? Potential entry into global stock markets even. It's a huge question, one we're definitely eager to explore today.
Exactly. And our deep dive today, it really goes beyond that typical crypto speculation, doesn't it? We're looking at AIFEX's unique strategic positioning. We're examining why its early metrics are catching eyes, institutional investors' eyes, the ones who are famously discerning, looking way past short-term hype. So we'll focus on the vision, the astute strategic choices right from day one, and that long-term value proposition that seems to set it apart.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Some initial numbers that really, jump out. From that August 12th snapshot, price, like we said, hovering around $17.77 USD, its market cap. Already about $3.7 billion USD, and the 24-hour trading volume was somewhere between, say, 600,000 and 700,000 USD. What's interesting there is it was mostly buy orders, apparently, but here's where it gets really fascinating. The liquidity, incredibly high. It hit, $1.37 billion USD after just 11 days. So for you, our listener, the observer, the potential investor, what does that kind of rapid, significant liquidity actually signal for a brand new project?
Well, what's truly fascinating here is the strategic significance behind those early numbers, especially that liquidity. It's not just, a good sign of early interest or adoption. It's a critical beacon, a signal flare for institutional investors.
Okay, why specifically for them?
Think about it. Large investment firms, hedge funds, they deal with massive capital. They need to get in and out of positions without massively shifting the price, what we call slippage.
Right, they can't cause waves every time they trade.
Exactly. High liquidity gives them that cushion. It means they can execute substantial block trades pretty easily. It lowers their risk profile significantly. And that makes AFX, well, potentially a very attractive environment for the kind of large-scale capital movements these institutions need. That parabolic curve you see in the early price graph, combined with such robust liquidity, that's actually a pretty common early indicator for promising new projects. It's basically laying the essential groundwork for serious institutional participation down the line. It feels quite calculated.
Okay, calculated groundwork. Makes sense. But beyond these numbers, which are, undeniably impressive, what are the strategic decisions? What has AIFEX done that makes it stand out? Because, let's face it, the crypto landscape is incredibly crowded. My sources point to some very deliberate choices. What are they doing that's genuinely unique, not just, more the same?
Yes, there are some very astute strategic choices here that really do set AIFEX apart. One of the big ones, its unique liquidity pairing. See, most projects, they pair their main liquidity with standard stablecoins, like USDT or maybe BUSD. AIFEX, however, pairs its main liquidity pool with its own stablecoin, USDAI.
Okay, USDAI. Why is that important? What's the advantage there?
Well, when you pair with an external stablecoin, your project's value can kind of indirectly get buffeted by that stablecoin's own market wobbles, or even regulatory clouds hanging over it.
Ah, okay. So you inherit their risks, potentially.
Exactly. By using their own USDAI, AIFEX significantly dials down that external price volatility. It enhances the overall stability of AFX itself. It just gives them a greater degree of control, more predictability. And maybe to add another layer of confidence here, they implemented liquidity lock mechanisms right from the start, which is, a move that provides crucial reassurance for early investors.
That's a smart play, mitigating external risks. So they're building a more self-contained, robust ecosystem, it sounds like. But, okay, beyond the mechanics, what about the core idea, the vision driving all this? I'm seeing a lot about combining AI with DeFi and staking protocols. Now, is this just stringing together popular buzzwords, or is there more to it? It sounds powerful if they can actually execute it well.
What's absolutely compelling here is that core narrative. It's not just buzzwords. It really feels like a deliberate strategic positioning. They are tapping into major global trends. AI, obviously huge. Decentralized finance, staking. This combination, it seems designed specifically to attract institutional investors who are looking for projects right at that intersection.
And how does the AI actually enhance the DeFi part, according to the sources?
Well, the idea is that the AI is used to optimize staking strategies, to find and improve arbitrage opportunities, and just generally boost efficiency and returns across their whole ecosystem. If, and it's important if they can execute this effectively, it creates a very clear, very powerful competitive advantage over, say, traditional DeFi offerings that lack that kind of intelligent adaptive layer.
Right. So creating a smarter, more adaptive, potentially more profitable DeFi environment. Okay. So if we connect this to the bigger picture then, what factors signal a strong future for AIFEX, medium to long term? What kind of comprehensive vision are they projecting that makes them seem like more than just another, flash in the pan?
Looking ahead, yeah, there are several strategic pillars for long-term growth and reliability that seem deeply embedded in AIFEX's model. Firstly, they really boast a diversified revenue model, which is key. It's not just about the coin price going up, which, as we know, can be incredibly volatile. They seem to be building multiple interlocking streams, staking rewards, naturally, arbitrage profits, MEV bot profit.
Okay, MEV bot profit, maybe just quickly. What's that for listeners?
Right, good point. MEV, maximal extractable value. It basically involves leveraging the strategic ordering of transactions on the blockchain itself to capture small bits of value. It's complex, but potentially lucrative. And also AI quant, which seems to involve AI-managed funds.
Interesting. Multiple streams.
Yeah, and this is a critical strategic benefit because it significantly reduces that reliance on unpredictable market price swings. It creates a much more robust, more sustainable business model, generating value from multiple angles.
Okay, so building resilience right into the core, moving beyond just token speculation. Makes sense. And this institutional readiness you mentioned earlier, how does that specifically connect to their long-term play, especially given that ambition to link up with traditional markets? It feels like these pieces are all meant to fit together.
Precisely. That high initial liquidity we talked about, combined with these diversified revenue streams, it explicitly positions AII as ready for institutional money, for hedge fund investment. It's not just, hoping big players show up. It's actively creating the necessary groundwork, facilitating their entry. It's about speaking the language of traditional finance, you could say, with robust, transparent metrics. Now, this leads us to a really ambitious, potentially transformative part of their vision, their plan to integrate with traditional stock exchanges like HKEX and Nasdaq.
Wow, okay, yeah. Integrating with HKEX and Nasdaq. That sounds immense, hugely ambitious. What are the biggest hurdles there? Or the unique challenges they'd face trying to achieve that? And why is it so significant if they actually manage to pull it off? That feels like a whole other level of complexity.
You're absolutely right. It is a monumental undertaking. The hurdles are significant. You've got regulatory compliance across different jurisdictions, technological interoperability challenges bridging these very different systems, and frankly, bringing vastly different financial cultures too. But if they succeed, the magnitude is immense. This would genuinely be a pioneering effort, truly bridging AI-enhanced DeFi with real-world capital markets, using both on-chain and off-chain mechanisms, presumably. It could potentially unlock unprecedented capital flows from traditional finance right into the decentralized space, essentially creating a new paradigm for how global markets might operate.
A whole new paradigm, wow.
It's a move that could actually redefine how we think about asset classes altogether. And finally, another key differentiator is their high barrier to entry. This complex AI plus blockchain infrastructure they're building. It's not easily replicated, not quickly anyway.
So a technological moat, basically.
Exactly. This intricate tech stack creates a durable competitive advantage, and it signals long-term reliability. So all these factors together, the diverse revenue, the institutional focus, that audacious market integration plan, and the tech moat, they indicate a vision that extends far, far beyond a typical crypto project. It really is an ambition to build a new age financial infrastructure, one that truly connects with the traditional world, but also possesses a technological edge that's genuinely hard to match. This holistic approach, I think, is the real differentiator. It's what builds that long-term credibility for AIFEX.
That is a powerful vision, incredibly ambitious, really pushing boundaries. But okay, let's bring it back. For someone looking at this purely from an investment angle, how might AIFEX's potential stack up against some established players in the global market? Those aspirations are huge, but what kind of growth could that vision realistically translate into? Ballpark figures.
Well, okay, keeping in mind, these are purely theoretical comparisons. And everything depends on execution. Really.
Absolutely. Big caveats needed.
Huge caveats. But looking at market capitalization can help visualize the sheer scale of the potential. Let's start with AFX's current market cap, around $3.7 billion, we said. Now, if it were to reach levels comparable to, say, Avalanche 8X, which has a market cap around, what, $15 million?
Okay.
AFX could theoretically hit roughly 71 USD. That's about a 4X increase from where it was.
A 4X jump. Significant.
Then if we stretch that vision further, maybe to Solana SOL levels.
Yes.
SOL's market cap is around $70 billion. In that scenario, AFX could potentially reach around $330 USD, which is, well, an impressive 18X increase.
18X. Okay, now we're talking serious multiples.
And then view it as a very top tier, like Binance Coin, BNB, around a $90 billion market cap. If AFX reached that level, theoretically it could climb to 425 USD,
Yeah.
which represents a, frankly, staggering 24X increase.
Wow. 24X.
But again, I have to stress this. These are theoretical potentials. Realizing this kind of growth, it depends heavily on overcoming some pretty significant hurdles and demonstrating flawless execution.
Right. Those are massive leaps. So what are those major hurdles, the critical steps AIFEX absolutely needs to conquer to even get close to that kind of valuation? What specific things need to happen for them to move beyond theory and actually realize that kind of exponential growth?
Yeah, the path to actualizing that potential, it really relies on several key drivers, and each one presents its own challenges. First, listing on major global centralized exchanges, CEXs. That provides massive exposure, massive liquidity.
But it's hard to get listed on the big ones, right?
Exactly. You have to navigate complex listing criteria, very competitive environments. It's not automatic. Second, announcing strategic partnerships with large established financial institutions. That'd be a huge vote of confidence. But again, these partnerships, notoriously difficult to forge and execute successfully. Lots of talk, less action sometimes in this space.
True.
But perhaps the most critical challenge, the ultimate validation, really, is proving that its AI modules can genuinely generate significant on-chain revenue, consistently, reliably, as per their strategic plan.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Show us the money, essentially.
Generated by the AI.
Precisely.
Right.
Demonstrating that tangible AI-driven profit day in, day out, that's what will truly solidify their position. Build trust and drive that kind of sustained long-term growth we're talking about. That's the make or break test. Okay. So summing this all up then, from everything we've uncovered today, AIFEX at this stage, it really feels like a project with just immense ambition. You've got the strong liquidity right out of the gate, a truly compelling narrative that blends AI and DeFi, cutting-edge tech that feels ahead of the curve, and this highly ambitious roadmap, especially that, well, groundbreaking link to real stock markets. It all combines to make it a project demanding serious attention.
Absolutely. I mean, when you factor in that strategic differentiation, the technological advantage, the sheer audacity of the vision, if again, it's a big if AI successfully executes its roadmap, especially that integration with traditional finance, and crucially consistently proves its AI's revenue-generating power, well, it's not entirely unrealistic to imagine it climbing into the global top 10 cryptos, maybe within, say, 1 to 3 years.
Top 10 globally, let's go.
Suggests potential growth of, 4 to maybe even 20 times its current position. So the real question then becomes, can AIFEX not just bridge these two worlds, traditional and decentralized finance, but can it fundamentally redefine how they interact? That's the truly disruptive potential here, and definitely something for all of us to watch very closely going forward.